So there's this fella who made this documentary that I really liked. It was we watched it on Hulu the other night. It was about, I've talked about it on the stream before. It was about what's the guy's name? Son of Jerry Falwell Jr. and the pool boy and him watching his wife have sex in the corner, filming it, all this crazy shit. A great movie. I think it's called God Forbid or something like that. You can see it on Hulu. And so he tweeted something, and I tweeted back to him. And then, he followed me, which I was like, oh, that's so exciting. I love this guy's movie. Maybe I can, have a conversation with him on the show sometime. But then he tweets this. He says, and I'm like, I don't know. He has to be kidding, but I don't know him. First off, let's get the camera working there, shall we? There you go. Happy holidays. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. Great to see everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me as I play some more God of the Ragnarok War. Billy Corbin is his name. And he says, I am neither conventionally round earther nor flat earther, but the whole mind virus has thoroughly penetrated. But the woke mind virus has thoroughly penetrated science and is pushing civilization towards suicide. And I said, can you give an example? And I was like, hey, I love your movie, all this stuff, but I was like, can you give an example? And this is where I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's joking or not. He says, well, we've been force-fed round earth propaganda in our Soros schools since Jesus discovered America. And Fauci let Melinda Gates track us. Obviously, neither of those two things are true, so I'm assuming he's kidding. It's time we heard both sides from JFK Jr., not just CRT indoctrination academies. I have to assume he's kidding. But I wrote back and I'm like, I think you're fucking around with me, but I don't fucking know. But anyway, how was your Thanksgiving, everybody? We'll jump into the game in just 2 seconds. I need to drink some Diet Coke and eat this blow pop, and once that, we'll jump right in. Hello, Super Wonder Bat. A cab. Where am I in God of War? I am in this. I think it's a side quest where the three gents are on a dog sled going through the desert looking for the sound of a wounded animal. And Atreus is like, hey, Pop, I didn't know you gave a rat's ass about that. And he's like, let's go see the animal. So that's kind of where I left off playing. It's a really interesting game because I love it. I mean, there are moments in it that I just think are phenomenal. And I can't get over how good the audio is, not just in terms of the soundtrack, which is fucking phenomenal, but just the soundscape in general, the ambiance, the Foley, the voice acting, it's just insanely well done. I'm still struggling with some of the pacing in the game. We'll see if it picks up, but I do really like it. I really, really like it. It's quite fantastic. Hey, hello, Jojo D. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving with the fam, good sir. You know what? My guess, Jojo D, is that you are going to see The Fabelmans before I do, because you go out to the movie theaters and I stay away from the movie theaters. That is a movie I really want to see, but I just don't want to leave the homestead because I don't like to anymore. I'm old. I haven't seen Wakanda Forever yet. I hear it's pretty good. I have every intention of seeing it when it drops on Disney Plus, but it's not something I'm looking for to go out and actually see. I'm this close to getting in the goddamn car and seeing The Fabelmans, but I just don't know if I'm going to do it. We'll have to see. Not even a money thing. I would be like, hey man, I'll pay you guys $100 if you send me a screener. It's not that I don't want them to make any money. I just don't want to fucking, like if it's a Marvel movie that's like the Avengers Endgame, I'll go. But at this point, The Fabelmans looks like a motion picture show that you're going to be like totally fine watching on the on your own television there. Somebody's saying I'm cheating wearing the hat, and Darth Nugget, of course, has a problem. Well, it was this Bartlett for America, which is the greatest goddamn thing, but maybe tomorrow or the next time I play, I'll get this. I just got this from my pal Dustin. over at Sacred Symbols, Last Media. So I will be making a Moriarty ray gun Make America Great hat pretty soon as well. But in just a sec, I'm going to bite into this sucker, and we will begin. I just watched Wakanda in theaters with the kids. It costs less to have Disney Plus. Yeah, it's not a financial thing. It's just a pain in the ass thing. Yeah, Wonder Bad. I'm a huge Spielberg fan. Bones and All I heard is pretty good, Matt DeMarco. But yeah, I'm not cheating with the hat. I'm not going to get into that. I mean, I can if you want to, but I mean, I'm not cheating with the hat. I'm not cheating with the goddamn cockadoodie hat. I explained I'm totally living up to my end of the bargain. That's your fault if you didn't read the fine print. That's your problem. I am still playing Evil West as well. Yes, I'm hopping between Evil West, Marvel Snap, Ragnarok, Elden Ring. I just finished the Dark Pictures, which I really surprisingly enjoyed. The Devil in Me. Something else I'm popping around playing. How's What Hat, Random? And what about the Maggot Hat? What's the Maggot Hat? Okay, let me bite this real quick. Did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy special? No, I haven't yet. I heard it's great, though. All right. Hang on. Sorry, we're gonna start. Some people just take their time with blow pops. No. Go for it. Garfield Kart is free right now. You can get that game for free. It's supposed to be terrible. If it's online, we'll totally do a Mario Kart, a Garfield Kart tournament. Bukaki wants you to know he can't watch Wakanda. Black Panther died of cancer. He says, I can't support that kind of weakness. Come on now. How would I feel about a God of War remake? Sure. I wouldn't really care. I mean, I would be interested. Like, I would want to play it, but I don't have like, oh no, I'm very protective over it. No. There's definitely some things they could improve on. Things from the original design I'd love to see go back in. Make it prettier for today's audiences. I'd love that. Let us begin the God of the War. Here we go. Oh, I need headphones. But seriously, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope it was nice. Hope it was fun. We had a nice time. And we'll start. I saw that, Brett Moore, that Eric wanted to work on a Castlevania. And I guess because Eric is not a Sony employee, that he's not a Sony employee, I wonder what his deal is with Sony when it comes to this game. Like, how is he gonna, is he gonna get actual residuals, or I don't know. But yeah, he's not tied to Sony now, so he's gonna go do something else. Amon says, did you eat the whole turkey? I don't eat turkey at all. No. You had pain in your leg. Could it be a blood clot? You may be in the wrong stream, sir. It could be. Probably isn't, but definitely call your doctor if you're worried, or yeah. I'd love a Blue Point style God of War remake, like shot for shot, not reimagining. That would be cool. Yeah, I'd love to see. If nothing else, I'd love to see it with really sexy, shiny graphics, and I'd love for them to fix the Hades level, and I would love for them to put the conveyor belt Sandstorm level back in that we pretty much had finished, but we just couldn't do the effects at the time. Eric was very much a Sony employee, but for the last X years, he's been a contractor. And I don't believe he went back in and became a full-time Sony employee for the game and then quit again. I mean, I don't know, but I'm almost certain that's not the case, because I glanced at that Castlevania story, and in looking at it, it seemed like he said something like, he's not tied to Sony. anymore after the game shipped. They'll take out the sex scenes. I hope they don't. Matt, you're not wrong. You know times have changed when the Spielberg movie doesn't have the widest release possible. Well, that's absolutely true. Some of that is the nature of the film and movie going today, and some of it is, you know, the kind of movies he wants to make now are, you know, sometimes he'll try to do a crowd pleaser again. But The Fabelmans, I don't know if they greenlit that thinking, even though I hear it's a wonderful crowd pleasing movie that people love to see. I can't imagine they thought they were going to do Jurassic Park numbers or even a, you know, tenth of that. But the thing that really bothers me, because I'm such a Spielberg fucking fan, is being on the internet and seeing just a lot of the anti-Semitism now hitting Spielberg, and a lot of these people, when they have a trailer for the movie and they're like, oh, he was on Epstein's plane and all this shit. I'm just like, guys, this is one of the greatest movie makers of all time. He has brought so much joy and entertainment into generations. And it doesn't mean he's perfect. And if he was on Epstein's plane, which he wasn't, he can go fuck himself. I'm not saying he deserves a pass, but that list people are talking about is fake. All the fucking hatred bullshit that a lot of the country's gone through the last, whatever, 8 years. To take it out on Steven Spielberg? Come on, man. That guy's given nothing but just quality entertainment to the entire fucking globe. Pisses me off. Yeah, West Side Story was really good. Take the hat off. You wore it once. Well, now I like it. It says Bartlett for America. Are you kidding me? I don't want to take this off. Onyx, what do you mean, where's yesterday's podcast? I didn't do one yesterday. Well. My smelling salts. Somebody get me my smelling salts, because, come on now, it better work. It better work. Better fucking work. Huh? Hey, there it is. Combat Carl. Thank you, Combat Carl. You know I appreciate it, buddy. Welcome to the Diet Soda Soldiers. Welcome to the God of War gameplay. Listen to this music, Combat Carl. I'm not into the menfolk, Combat Carl, but if I was and I made love to you, we would have this song on in the background, because it's very suspenseful and worrying, which is what I think it would have to be like if we got together. Combat Carl, thank you for joining the Diet Soda Soldiers. You too can become a member and have me do creepy come-ons to you as well, just like Combat Carl. You finished the movie, the series Wednesday. That's the, what is that? That's the Tim Burton motion picture series about Wednesday Addams. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, let me focus now. I'm going to play the game. So, you know I like to talk. But when I play, I'm getting better as I stream games that I don't pay as much attention except in moments to the audience. So I'll take breaks and we'll talk. And obviously, I'll also chat as well. You know, if somebody brings something up good in the chat, but I want to be able to, you know, really lose myself in the game as well. So I'm trying to get better at that. So I'm not ignoring you if that's what you think. Onyx says the one. Hello, Ricardo. Good to see you, buddy. The one with the red phone. That's up. That is in the members only section, of which you are a member. So you should be able to access it. It's not going to be a podcast yet until, my understanding is YouTube is inching closer and closer to actually building a podcast service, which they already have a podcast page, but it's not like a real podcast thing where you can subscribe on Apple, iTunes, and all that shit. Once that happens, we will get back, because I miss doing the regular podcast, but I just can't do it right now if it's not associated with YouTube. Okay. I'll tell you what, a cab says, Amon, what kind of horror streaming? You mean a game? He says, if I get stuck, he'll help me unless the characters beat me to it. Listen, what the fuck just happened? Oh, fuck you, PlayStation lady. I don't want to talk to you.
I couldn't find any results.
Yes, because no one's talking to you. Okay, let me get back into what I was doing. Okay, so I'm just exploring. I have no real goals. Just like life, you know, just fucking around. I'm gonna go into this cave is what I was doing. Okay. as they're trying to find, if you're just joining us, Kratos and his son and the severed head Mimir are on an epic quest. They're searching for the sound of a wounded animal that Atreus, who we know has a deep connection with animals, heard, and now they're going to go see what's going on. But first, I gotta kill these sons of bitches. And I'll tell you what, between playing this a lot and playing Evil West, and Evil West does not let you change the buttons, it is a pain in the ass to go back and forth between circle for dodge and X for dodge. Hey, fuck you. Oh, we will. Where is it? Fuck you. Okay, well, it did hurt. McGeehee, we did the stream the night before, which was like the get high and just shoot the shit stream, and that went till like 4 a.m. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. All right, let me kill these sons of bitches. Is that right, Brett? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Like, does it overstay its welcome post-game? Like it feels like the Lord of the Rings, or what do you mean? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Sad we can't stay. Stop calling me brother. Annoying.
Behind you, brother! Come on, Kratos, off your back!
Brother, get up, brother. Yeah.
Oh, I get the joke, a cab. I liked it better when C-3PO told it in Attack of the Clones. But it's a good joke.
Behind you, incoming! Behind you, poison! You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't worry about me.
Go on tour with Glass Media. I love those guys. All they have to do is ask. But, you know, they got their world and their show, and I would never want to impose. But if they're ever like, hey, Jaffe, come, you know, in some way that works for us as a company, be part of this. Oh, in a heartbeat, man. Of course. Those guys are awesome. What does that do? This does that. I'll tell you what, the one thing I don't understand in this game, I don't understand. Oh, hang on. One sec, guys. I don't understand the ice and the fire thing. Like, I don't. Are some creatures more susceptible to fire versus ice? And if so, I can't really tell because there's an icon. But does that mean they're of fire, or they're afraid of fire? I don't. I have no idea what it means.
Watch out! Left side!
Fire. Yeah, I know that, but how do you communicate? How does the game communicate which is
Watch your right!
what creature is fire and what creature is ice? And are these creatures just neutral?
Watch out! Left side!
You know what I'm saying? I didn't just get to Alfheim, I just finished Alfheim, I thought. Hey, Captain Kuba, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you again. Welcome back to the Diet Set of Soldiers. Always good to have you. How was your Thanksgiving, sir? Everybody welcome Captain Kuba. He of the greatest God of War channel on the YouTubes. What's up, buddy? Okay, ice creatures are white. Fire creatures are on fire. You counter the element color with its opposite. You counter the element color. Yeah, but how do I know what their color is? So if they have blue on the health bar, you counter them with fire. If they have red, you counter them with ice. That's the gist. But then you guys are saying purple me. How do you guys know this? How the fuck do you know this? It never tells you. All right, well, I'm going to ignore the chat. Let me clear this room real quick. There's no reason I can't kill these fuckers.
Left side, incoming!
Yeah, I'll look back at the chat in a second because I want to know about the, I want to know, but I can't focus on it right now.
The wee bastard's about to explode!
Now, what's about to explode? Fuck you.
These things smell awful.
Well, yeah. Do not smell them, boy.
Poison left side! Nice! They hit hard!
Goddamn right they do. Hello, Ace. How you doing, buddy? Hey, I grabbed that shit. Nope, god damn it! Pick up the fucking health, you fucking motherfucker! Hello, Dogpool. It's not like I didn't try to pick up the health. I'm doing the RPG elements, sure I am.
Behind you! Incoming! Another red! To the left! Behind you! Poison! Down! Behind you, father! Badly hit. You all right, brother? Poison! Right flank! Left side, brother! Swing first up high! Knock him down! Behind you! Behind you! Incoming! Things smell awful.
God damn it!
Brother! Get up! Brother!
All right, let me look at the chat. Sorry. Purple enemies, they have really strong attacks. They're not difficult to kill. Yeah, right stick, I did that. Life bars turn purple when you have a status like poison. Okay. All right, here we go. Kuba, did I have issues with the menus? I had issues with the map. I will say that the level up stuff is better this time than the last game, but I definitely don't think it's as good as most AAA games when it comes to that aspect. But the map, I think, is still a real bad thing in this game. Yeah, the accidental rage is bullshit. Oh, fuck this guy. Poison bullshit.
Poison! Right side! Watch your right!
God damn it! Fuck you!
Behind you! Watch out! Watch the exploding one! Watch your right! Behind you!
Jesus, fuck off, piece of shit.
Brother, that groom's found a perch on high! Hoisting your back! One left!
The fuck is he? Fucker. Jesus, these fucking things. God. Okay. The camera looks terrible. You know, that's an interesting point. It's not. It's a really tricky thing. I think these guys are up against because, it's commercially, the best camera angles often do not make the best gameplay angles. We struggle with this with Twisted Metal all the time. I'm thinking like when Vigilante 8 came out and they had their default camera really nice and tight, the cars looked so much better than our cars. But we always pulled our camera back even with our default camera because it was just, you could see more of the environment. And so I get why they went with this camera because it's dramatic looking. It looks good in ads. It looks good in streams. It makes you feel more powerful. But I agree. I would say 70, no, that's extreme. I would say a meaningful percentage of the combat in this game is literally looking at the UI arrows and managing that versus necessarily focusing on just what's in front of you, which I don't think is bad because ultimately you're still playing the game. But it is look here. It is interesting. Hey there, Chris. Thanks for being a member for 4 months, buddy. He says, Jeffy, try mashing triangle with Chaos Blades. Then press R1 to burn them. Oh, right. I always forget to do that. Thank you, man. Yeah, this thing you mean. And now, is this mashing or not? Because when I hold it, it does this. Because I know, like, when I hold the axe, I get that. And when I hold the fire, I got what you just saw. But if I mash it, is it different? It looks a little different. All right. All right, where am I going? Let's see. Hello, Explosion. Good to see you, bud. Press R1. Oh, rolling breaks the lock-on mechanics, Eddie T, and it's annoying. Yeah. I wonder why they did that. Maybe it made you sick if they kept, I don't know, realigning. I have no clue.
So, which is your favorite of Gavassia's poems, brother?
Well, let's see. I like these. These are fun. Mind expanding. Okay, I'm not going to look at the chat. I'm going to guess this one. Look around you, oh God, turn your head, guide your metal friend with care, or else it be dead. Rescue its friends, experience tension, immerse yourself into dimension. What is this? Look around you, turn your head, guide your metal friend with care, or else it be dead. Rescue its friend. Is this the Astrobot thing? Is that what this one is? I honestly prefer the original trilogy, says Eddie, over these games. Feels more concentrated in giving you roller coaster adventure, while the recent games have filler. Yeah, I mean, that is such a big problem right now for me. I mean, I can get other games, but at least within the battle between how long a game needs to be, and
Great fighting! You're an up-and-coming boxer.
what is actually best for the game are two very different fucking things a lot of times lately. And, it's not like I need all games to be 6 fucking hours, but when I hear this game is like 40 fucking hours for most people, I'm like, I don't want to play anything even if it's great, unless they really refresh it enough throughout the 40-hour thing. Well, thank you, Corden. Codrin says this is like teaching your dad how to play games. Do me a favor, Codrin. I'd like you to lick your fingers and stick them in a wall socket, you son of a bitch. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Dream Corridor, always good to have you back. Welcome back to the Diet City Soldiers. Dream Corridor, everybody, welcome. Dream Corridor back by giving him a little lap dance and a pickle tickle. I appreciate it. Dream Corridor, thank you, bud. Good to see you. Good to have you again, man. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. Explosion, I do like this game. There are moments in it where I fucking adore this game, and there are moments in it where I'm kind of bored of this game. It really, my biggest complaint right now on Ragnarok is it's got some meaningful pacing problems that bug me. What did I just pick up? Okay, so I just got some belt. So let's go to my armor. Like, so far, nothing I have picked up is better than what I have that I just keep upgrading. So I'm always struggling. Why would I want this? I guess it'll... No, I don't even know why I would want this. It'll up my strength a little bit. Hello, Andre. Yeah, Kuba, you don't like long games. Well, Kuba, what was your rating on this? What did you think on when you finished it? So Dream Corridor took you 28 hours for you to beat. Okay. Yeah, I would like to play it like a completionist because I like doing that stuff. But lately, there's too much to play, man. Oh, Atreus has something. What's he got? What is this? Lethal detonation. Jesus, Jeff, you learned to read, you fucking moron. Okay, Sonic, he's using... Okay, so this is new. Okay, fine. I use a lot of the runic attacks, so I have armor that helps with defense and power. So, what are the runic attacks? Are those that's like this stuff, like R1? This is a runic attack. So when it says powering them up, that's what it does. My amulets increase damage during realm shift, and pummels on my weapons cause realm shift. What the fuck you're talking about? It's a little too much for me. It's a little too much. Give me my smelling salts. Right, let's get back on the sled. Atreus. God, the music though. I mean, there's been some good music this year in games, but this, wait, it's circle? It's circle. Circle's dodge, isn't it? So Dream Quarter says the color, yeah, it's the L1 plus R. Yeah, it's the and X as well, right? Is this a runic attack if you use X? Or the runic attack is only this? Okay, the color of the enemy health bar means how many levels above you the enemy is. Right, but how do I know what the color key is? Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. I don't even understand. All right, I'm gonna focus. Let me focus. Here we go, Jeff. Darth Nugget, even on this difficulty. Okay, so Amon, the next enemy I see, let's take a look together, and I'll see if I can tell you what it is, because maybe I'm just not paying attention. One of those things. I don't have a map, I don't think. I mean, I guess I do have a map, don't I? All right, so it's not as big as it seems. It's listed in the codex. Green is the same as you. Orange. You guys read all that shit? I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, I'm playing Evil West right now, and I genuinely feel compelled at some point to go back and read all the lore. But I never read all that stuff. In a game like this, there's just too much to read. Red means dead. I figured. And that. You only got to get them all at the same time. That's retirement development community. Fuck you, Kodrin.
Great fighting! You're an up-and-coming boxer.
Kodrin, listen. if your mom didn't pay us handsomely to hang out with you, I swear to God, I would ban you in 5 seconds. But she pays. She pays. She says, take care of my little boy. Nobody likes him. I understand. I understand. That's mean. Yeah. Retirement development community motherfucker. Oh, yeah, I didn't watch The Sopranos. It was too dark. Gotta hit them all at the same time, right? Maybe not. Probably, though. You can't get them all. Okay. Gave it an 8 out of 10. The gameplay was great, while the story gave us good art. Did you like it better than 2018, or you like this one less? Fuck you, Brett Moore. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. He says, this is how Trump supporters play video games. You're going to hell. You're going to hell, sir. I'm an old God of War fan, says Cuba. When I see Ragnarok, I have certain expectations. Those were not met. For me, the story also felt like it dragged on. Maybe I haven't talked to Eric Williams in ages. Maybe if I ask him, he'd say, oh, no, we know. We know the story drags. But we know that we were convinced or told or demanded, or we made our own decision that even if the story drags, it is a better business decision and a higher % chance we will make more money that will allow us to make more games if we had the fuck out of this. So I don't think they're idiots. They're not like, oh, we thought it was compelling from start to finish. But I would be curious if they think it drags, or if they're like, yes, we consciously did that because we needed, a shit ton of content, even if it's repetitive. I don't know. All right, you like this one more, Darth Nugget? Okay. Enemies who afflict poison will temporarily lower his power level. Oh, Jesus. Okay, it's good to know, too. As a whole, God of War 2018 had a better flow. Ragnarok does a lot of great things to move it forward. Hello, Brian East. Good to see you, buddy. Yes, I had a very good Thanksgiving. We had a really good time hanging out. How was anybody even at the store on Thanksgiving? Probably a few people that forgot shit, right? You love that Jaffe can't put his portrait on the bottom of the screen? What, it's right there. What are you talking about? What do you mean I can't put it on the bottom of the screen? You want it to actually be down here? Would you like it to be smaller? How may I assist your condescending requirements and requests, sir? Okay, let me do this real quick. Oh, this is one of those. Okay. Oh, you were very busy? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. People must have forgotten a bunch of their foodstuffs, and you helped them. Took care of their families, Bukaki. That's noble work. Who would have ever... I would never associate Bukaki Drive-By with noble work, but here we are. Good for you, sir. All right. Give me a minute. You can't see Jaffe because the chat's open? Yeah, we never have. We had conservatives over and people, progressives, and we totally talk politics. If you can't talk politics with your family member, I mean, unless they're just extreme. You made over $50 an hour. God damn, man. Unless your parts of your family are so extreme you can't even really communicate with them. I've not really understood that whole, we can't talk politics in my family. We totally can talk politics. Is that an axe one, maybe? Oh. I think talking politics is important. I think it's a skill, man. Can you make your screen big enough so it takes my face? Sure. Got it, pal. Goddamn right, Bukaki. You don't know anyone more progressive than me. Jeffy, what are you doing? Let's do a little focusing. Oh yeah, my family. There was a time my family was extremely dysfunctional. Not, but they're all the ones that birthed that. It's kind of dead now. Exploration is the most enjoyable after the main story. Dream Corridor. Okay, well. So maybe I should just focus on the main story. I mean, part of it is I suck at combat, so I'm trying to collect a bunch of shit. See, I see what you're saying in the chat. That is super frustrating to me, like at a design level. And a lot of games do it these days, and it's just become acceptable. But if you're saying the only way to solve this puzzle is with an element I don't have yet, which is I haven't upgraded the arrow yet, and the game isn't communicating that to me, why would I not spend an hour looking around trying to, yeah, that's bullshit. Amon also says I don't have the tool yet. I mean, that is such bad design. I'm sorry. It is bad fucking design. And it's not like this game is the only one that's guilty of it. I've seen so many games the last couple of years that are like, let's give you a bunch of freedom and then give you puzzles. And if you don't have the tools to solve it yet, or how would I know that? Bullshit. How do you... Fuck, are they having a baby? Yeah, but you don't have a clue. Because it's the clue that the blades don't reach, and then the game is the puzzle is about figuring out how to get to a vantage point that reaches, or is it about leveling up the distance of your fucking blades? Okay, so like these guys don't have fire or ice weaknesses; they're just neutral, correct? All right, let me do this. I'm not even paying attention. All right, now we're gonna do it. Yeah, but the characters didn't tell me, so wouldn't that design choice fall into the Metroidvania genre? Yes, but in those games, it's very clear. Like when you come, for example, in a Metroidvania to a ledge you can't reach, you can kind of jump 10 times and go, okay, I don't have the ability to get that high yet. Or if you come to an area that there's something up there, but you can't stick to the wall and it looks like you should be able to, but you know that. But when you're dealing with such organic geography and geometry of like that puzzle we were just at, there's no reason to think, given the education people have in games today, of what you can climb on, what you can explore, that the puzzle is not about spatial positioning. There's a lot of puzzles in this game, like when you have to throw the axe and ricochet the light beam. Those puzzles are all about spatial positioning. And so it's not like the game hasn't trained you, oh, if I can't solve it, maybe I have to get a different vantage point. Also, the ones where you throw the axe and you break those sort of, neuron red cluster things. Yeah, but my companions don't tell me. In this one, they have not told me. I've had some where they've said that. But that even makes it worse, because if your companions every now and then will tell you you don't have the equipment, and then you come to a puzzle you don't have the equipment for, and they don't tell you, then you're going to be spending more time going, oh, well, nobody said I don't have the equipment. Why is this not... I'm sorry. Why is this not called out? I think most reviewers are stupid. I'm sorry. It's not acceptable. That's a ding. It doesn't mean the game's not game of the year. It doesn't mean it's not a great game. Elden Ring has a bunch of shit like that in it. To Elden Ring's defense, that's kind of what you know going in. That's what it is. But even then, it's the ability to navigate and solve puzzles in Elden Ring. It's much more clear. Brian East, I agree with that criticism as well. I just get pissed off because it just drives me crazy how these professional reviewers let themselves get caught up in the hype, or let themselves get caught up by wanting a job at the developer or something. How can you not ding that in a review? I'm not saying the game's not brilliant. I'm saying, how can you not even acknowledge the problem? Fucking morons. This is me.
I felt that one, brother.
Oh, that poison bullshit.
Come on, Kratos, off your back.
All right, I'm going to ignore the chat for a second. I got to do this combat. Hang on. No. Kodrin, no. Kodrin says, Jaffe, you have to take into account that while streaming, 50% of your brain is focused on being entertaining. No, that has nothing to do with it. That puzzle, you would be absolutely correct if I couldn't solve a puzzle and then the chat had to help me and I'm like, oh, that's too hard. Then I would say, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. This is literally, the game sometimes tells you you don't have the tools for the job. And other times it doesn't tell you you don't have the tools for the job, when in fact you don't have the tools for the job. And so it leads to, no matter if I was playing totally focused or not, it leads to you being stuck in an area for longer than you should be, because you're going, I don't know how to solve this. And then when it turns out you don't have the right tools, you're like, well, how would I know that? Because other times in the game it tells me. It's got nothing to do. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but this is not that. There are puzzles that are like that, but not this one.
Right side, farther!
I felt that one, brother.
Fuck you, you fucking bodiless motherfucker.
Incoming! Right side!
Strong jawline. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the super chat. I really, really do. I had no issues with this game of the year, Jaffe Perfection. It simply isn't perfection. It doesn't mean it's not game of the year, but because you had no problems with it, the fact that I can go to that puzzle and show you literally the problem. Now, if you say, oh, I don't think that's a problem, I don't agree with you, but at least I respect the fact that your take on, what counts as a good or bad puzzle, I can't argue with that. That's a subjective thing, and I respect that. But it's not perfection because it's clearly, look, that's I'm sorry, that's bad design. Thank God it comes so late, not late in the game, but it comes deep enough in the game that I'm already in love with the game that I'm like, I don't care, fuck it, this game's awesome. But I think that's bad design. Like fundamentally, like if you were in a class for video game design and you did that, it's not a subjective call. It's a subjective call whether you can live with it or not. Or unless the game's just trying to be really weird, but that's not bad. Just what the fuck? I don't know what that was. But I would agree with you about playing a game while streaming. Like I'm not great at combat, but that does take my attention away. So that I agree with. When you're streaming and I'm trying to, because the combat is great in this game, and the combat is like puzzles. And that's hard for me to do while I'm talking.
Left side, brother!
Behind!
Take it off, man! Control it!
Horn.
You're a horn. L1X, yeah. Games have a language now that is learned through years of playing. They do a poor job explaining. Yeah, but I'm not a new player. It makes me enjoy gaming for a non-gamer video. I don't know what that means, Brett Moore. Yeah, Brian East, I'll do a review when I finish. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll go out there and try again, see if this time the AI speaks to me. Wow! That just popped? Well, Dream Corridor, I don't know why these are just popping now. Sometimes there's a problem with that. I apologize. Let me, I'll turn them back on. But those will go for a while. Obviously, I'm very grateful to all of them, but they've been happening for a while. But thank you guys. A lot of the reviews says Eddie feels more like a PR blurb than an objective analysis of a game. People will be paying $70. I don't mean to be so cynical about it, Edward the Torres. What I will tell you is every time I hear about another journalist going to work in video games, and again, nothing is wrong with that. I would never begrudge anyone the right to follow their passion and change careers. Hell, I did it. or I'm trying to do it, but it happens so often.
What's
that
that?
A diagram for a sword hilt.
Perhaps we should show it to one of the dwarves.
Or maybe
They'll know what to do with it.
I wonder if maybe it is a NFT. I could use it in another game. I could take that into Call of Duty because I can get things in this game with an NFT and put them in any game and it works. I don't know what I was saying. How's the master class tier going? I want to make a game. I've written down a theory of fun. Oh, you've read A Theory of Fun. That's a great book. I haven't really thought about it much, Kodrin, but I will think about it more. I just got to figure out. But I hear you. I hear you. And I if enough people are interested in it, I will do it. But right now, I only think, you know, I think you're the only one, I think, that's asked for it. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, let's go back to this. Come on now, that's rude. Okay, that gives me 28 strength. This gives me 28 strength. What? Why would I? What's the difference? Oh, finisher damage boost, slow down duration. The last second evade activates realm shift, slowing down enemies. Oh, okay, well, let's do that. Hey, thank you, Mon. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks, man. He says he just popped a Diet Coke in my honor. It's very nice, sir. Thank you. Right. I want to see what this is. All right. Oh, come back. Come back. No, zoom in, you fuck. Zoom. That's as much as it zooms in. All right. Hey, Nicky T's been a member for 14 months. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that, buddy. He says at the start of each fight, cycle through all of your L1 attack options with both your weapons before chipping with normal. You mean that, these things, and then that? Okay, and also on the other one, the axe. Okay. Happy holidays to you as well, Doug. No, I hear you, Kodrin. I'm not opposed to it. I just, you know, what I don't want to do is I don't want to go spend, you know, hours and days and weeks and months making like, you know, 15, you know, conversational chat pitches about game design and like, you know, 4 people show up. R1. Well, that's L1. R1, what does R1 do? R1's just attack, right? You sub but wasn't here during a stream. Oh yeah, thank you, Doug. I know you're a troll, but you're not always a troll. I appreciate it, buddy. It just took a while for you to come around to the genius that is hanging out with us here. Thank you, Doug. But send me Taylor Swift. Okay. Is this where that one is? This? Okay. Holding L1 and then tapping X isn't more so an attack. Holding L1 and then tapping X. I'm doing that right now. Oh, is that right, Chris? Oh, yeah, there's 2 of them. There you go. Wow, Doge, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? What'd you guys, you stay in town? What's that up there? What is that up there? That's just fire. And if you ever want to know, I mean, I was always nice, but some people like, Jeff, you must be a pain to work with. I wasn't always, but certainly things like this piss me off. And I wouldn't be mean to people, but I would be absolutely critical. And yeah, some people don't like that. I can respect that. Okay, so in this case, I know I have to light that fire pot. And I'm waiting for a character to tell me I can't reach it. But so far, I got nothing. Hello, Nathan. You as well, sir. Right? There's no person telling... And I don't know... What if I could somehow get it from another angle? I could be trying all day. Like, that seems close enough. I hit it that time, didn't I? Oh, well, there you... Okay, okay, there you go. So think about that. The fact that you guys were saying you don't have the tools for that, and I was saying, well, how do I not know that? The characters sometimes say I do and sometimes I don't when it's the same. And then I just kept looking for the right angle and I found it. I mean, you don't see that as a problem? You can't throw the axe at it. You got to light the fire. That seems a real problem to me. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe I'm alone in my thinking. But that right there should be all you need to go, oh, no, not there you go. Explosion says, there you go. No, no, not there you go, Brinies. You guys would have had me walk away from this puzzle and level up the chains, and I still would have been stuck because the puzzle wasn't about that. That's bad puzzle design. Sorry. I mean, maybe you can live with it. No, it's not good job. It's not good job. Don't congratulate me. It's not a good job. It's annoying. Come on now. All right, well, where's the next one? All right. Explosion, you may not have, but everybody else was telling me you can't do it yet. Enjoying the most of the lovely San Diego this week, Frank Blasey. If you have any tips or something, I never leave my home, sir. I mean, I do, but if there's a lock icon above a puzzle, that means you can't complete the puzzle. How the fuck would I know that? That looks like it means the treasure chest is locked. No, bullshit, Dream Corridor. Don't blame the designers because you don't understand something? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's their job. I busted my ass along with the rest of the teams whenever we've made games focus testing and play testing going, people don't get this. Let's fix it. That's the job. That's their job. But like, this doesn't make any sense. If you're saying that this lock means, okay, then I don't, okay, think about that. So Nikki T is telling me this means the treasure chest is locked. But somebody else was just saying, no, it means you don't have the tools to solve the puzzle. How would I know that? Leg Fam 98. Thank you, buddy, for joining the Diet Soda Soldiers. You done come into a bit of an argument here, sir. Good to see you, buddy, though. Thank you. Oh, up there, maybe. I appreciate you being here, buddy. I appreciate your generosity, Leg Fam. I think it's time before I throw my axe up there or have Atreus shoot that up there because my blades won't reach up there. I'm going to sing you a song. My name is Leg Fam, and I live inside George Bush Jr.'s pocket. There's a restaurant in here. There's a dating site in here. Everything that I need lives in here with me. And my name is Leg Fam. I think that's pretty fucking good. You can still open it. As the kids say, what that person told you was cap. You can open this chest. It's just locked. That's something. I mean, that we shouldn't be that confused, should we? The game should not be giving multiple people different views of what you can achieve with it. We should be able to go, oh, yeah, that's a problem. No. If you're critical, it's impossible. You can't be critical. Nathan, you agree? Yeah, it's bullshit. Again, I wonder if I can throw the axe through the fire. I'm a fan of this game. I'm not knocking the game, but come on now. If a lock appears over a puzzle piece, that means you don't have the tools. What the fuck is a puzzle piece? It is no temporary secretary. You're not wrong about that, sir.
Gaffer.
Interesting theory, Kodrin. What is it like playing a game you started the franchise for? It doesn't, I don't really feel anything about that part of the relationship. It just feels like a new game to me. If I stop and think about it, cool. If I stop and think about it, I go, oh, that's kind of cool. That's neat that, you know, I was a fucking very instrumental human in getting this off the ground and fighting for it and all this stuff. But I don't, you know, I don't really think about it. I'm just experiencing as a game, which is great. I mean, this Kratos in a lot of ways is so far removed from, you know, my version of Kratos that I can recognize it probably in the same way that if you go back and read, you know, I don't fucking know. If you go back and read Stan Lee, who I'm not comparing myself to Stan Lee, but if you go back and read Stan Lee's Spider-Man issue, Amazing Fantasy 15 or whatever it was, and then you watch the latest Spider-Man movie, it's Spider-Man. It's not Stan Lee's Spider-Man. I mean, there are elements that are still there, just like with Kratos, but it's a different thing. So it doesn't really hit my head. Let's say there are some red shrubs blocking your way and you try and burn them, but you can't. A lock will appear over the shrubs. That's my wording as a puzzle piece. Okay. I mean, I hear you. I appreciate that explanation. I'll keep that in mind when I see something like that. Is it the same icon dream corridor that they used to suggest you can't open a treasure chest? Okay, so like this, I don't see any lock over it, so I'm going to assume I have everything I need to get inside this dragon. Come on, Atreus, let's go up this thing. We can't. It's the same icon. Of course it is. Of course it's the same icon. God of War 2018 and this game has had both of them suffer from poor visual language. The UI has gotten much better, I would say, Frank, in this game. The map has not gotten better, but the UI has gotten substantially better. Amon says, Jaffe, you have to understand some of these puzzles are dependent on you exploring around because they're interconnected. I do understand that. But the problem, what you have to understand is when you give someone what is in effect an open world, because at any time I can go back to one of those, warp gates and warp to any of environments I've found or haven't found. The idea that if I'm trying to solve a puzzle, I understand, you know what I'm saying. I've already explained it 20 times. But there are some puzzles in here when the characters say you don't have what you need for that. I'm very grateful for that. I'm like, oh, that's a great solve. But it is very inconsistent. And I don't understand why it has to be that way. Can I ride this fucking thing up the thing? I don't know. Let's find out. See if we can take that. Yeah, powers, but they're limited to the same collision. Alright, well, I'm going to assume that the glowing red thing is not something I should care about right now. I'm Killer One. I'm very comfortable with Metroidvania games. I like Metroidvania games. But you know, I mean, the game needs to communicate. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're using Metroidvania as a bucket to catch what I consider bad design. I have no problem. I love games. I absolutely love games where, you know, you're challenged with the puzzles and you eventually realize, or you come back to something you couldn't do before, now you can. But the idea that the game doesn't communicate that well, that's not a Metroidvania problem. That is a communication problem. And I don't accept it. I don't accept that that is, especially in a game like this where they have solved it. Right? They've solved it because the characters tell you at times. Why don't the characters just tell you all the time? No, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and fucking bullshit you on this. I'm tired of that shit. Like, this is a game that has a real problem with visual communication. It does. It just fucking does. Great fucking game. But it does. The fact that I'm sitting here wandering around this shit because the only real clue I have of when Kratos can interact with the environment is if I see these weird little markings and not the geography itself. Like, how many times in this game and how many games have I played where I'm like, well, of course I can jump up on that. No. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. It's utter horseshit. And I do get frustrated. People say, oh, you're salty. I'm not salty. I just get frustrated that people don't care about these things. Like Dream Corridor says, isn't the perspective of communication a matter of opinion? Of course. Of course, it's all subjective. It's all a matter of opinion. There's no right answer, but I'm telling you, as a former designer and as a guy who's been playing video games, and a lot of those have been adventure games since I was 7, some of the stuff this game does so far is super fucking annoying. Like how, let's see, where's that thing? Okay, can I hit that? I swear to God, if I can't get in this goddamn thing, because I don't have the right tools. So there is some underground thing. Maybe I get in through the eyes? What is this? Let's go over here. Replacing compass. Maybe that's the entrance. I know I have the dogs. Right, see, this I don't mind at all. The fact that I had to look at the map and go, oh, that's awesome. But it's the fact that I don't know with this game when I have what I need. Oh, Dream Corridor, you certainly haven't. No, you've never had a hand in developing anywhere near a game as large as complex. So what? That gives it. Trust me, my view on this is certainly more learned and studied than you. And beyond that, even if it's not, it doesn't negate the point. I'm just not willing to put up with it. You are, and that's great. And a great example is, again, I am not saying this game is better or worse than Elden Ring. But a great example is Elden Ring. Elden Ring makes it clear that that game is obtuse and opaque, and it's very much built, even if you listen to Miyazaki, around wanting to facilitate conversation with people working together to figure out the shit. This game doesn't present as that. This game presents as, let us hold your hand and give you a great cinematic action experience until
getting up there with all this sand in your way.
Until it doesn't. That's a problem. But yes, of course, you know, it's subjective. And I respect that you don't have a problem with it, but if I was designing and you were on my team and you presented me with this, I would say, no, you have to solve this. That's not acceptable. And trust me, I know I opened myself up, Dream Corridor.
So much sand. I don't think we're getting through that gate in this storm.
That to a lot of people not really listening to what I'm saying and going, okay, I don't agree with you, Jaffe, but I respect what you're saying. There's always got to be an ulterior motive with these people. Oh, it's because of this or that. Well, yeah, I'm just saying this is one of the best games I've played this year. Whatever. Let's keep going, shall we? It's possible, Amon. Constructive criticism is good because games will be improved on. Maybe or maybe not. But it's not my problem regardless. I'm a paying customer, you know. Hang on, your super chat hasn't come through. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I don't... The last one I see from you says, do a Christmas special and play your God of War. That one? That's come through. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet, but now I have. You mean the Christmas special would be me playing God of War? I'm not ready to play God of War yet, but I will do a Christmas special. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. Dream Quarter says, no, I respect your point of view and experience. You're not going to the giant flashing question mark. I did just go to the giant question mark. I'm not complaining about that. But I appreciate your point. I really, really do. There's an absurd amount of people, says Eddie, giving this a 10 and mention no flaws, painting an unrealistic expectation. Yeah, it's a real problem. I hate that shit. Jaffe, which one of the designers in the team came up with the bones flying off the skeletons? That was probably the guys at Traveler's Tales. They were much more, I mean, they were doing the nuance of that design. That was the first thing I ever worked on. Okay, and in the map... The music is just so good in this game. Love it. Dwight, I don't even think this is a bad map. This kind of reminds me of the Desert of Lost Souls. I like the thematic of this map a lot. It's not the map for me personally. It's just the it's the communication in this game is really troubling. People are like, dude, why aren't you taking the sled? I don't know. Don't know. Really should. Alright, let us now go to the question mark land. Let's see what the fuck is going on. Yeah, but Clay, to be fair about Elden Ring, there's a huge difference between Elden Ring and again, I don't think one game is better. They're so fucking different that but Elden Ring isn't about to me anyway, it's about leveling up and exploring and all this stuff. It's not about a linear, mostly linear adventure that's telling you, you know, a very pre-chewed narrative like most games are. And in that, I think that your mentality going through an environment that's barren is okay because your focus is on leveling up your character. And it's more about the enemy layout in the cavern that looks like every other cavern. Yeah, we never heard any problems with Desert of Lost Souls. We would have fixed them. I mean, again, I was more than happy to be an absolute slave to the playtest with God of War. When people got stuck and frustrated, as long as they did, if it was a kind that they didn't enjoy, it got changed. We never heard that with the Lost Souls section. But if we would have, I would have changed it in a heartbeat. I guess that's not gonna do it. Yeah, Elden Ring is, I agree. Elden Ring is more fun to explore because you have more navigational abilities. And pretty much everything in Elden Ring can be, oh, are you shitting me? You can't get there until you finish a side quest. Oh, I hear you, Clay. I like that. I like that as well. But that, yeah, that's not what that game does. But I hear you. God damn it. You're telling me, please tell me Eddie T is wrong. You're telling me the flashing question mark cannot be solved right now unless I do something else. Is that correct? Please tell me he's wrong. Because why would I ever know that? And let me ask you another question. How many of you motherfuckers use the internet how many of you guys played this game and used YouTube or GameFAQs or the internet or a walkthrough? Like, did you guys do that? Because if you did, we're having a different experience. And nowhere in this game have I been trained that I have to use the internet. Like, okay, when you got to this and it was flashing, what was your experience? Did you go, I mean, I could spend 20 minutes here. Pentiment, I haven't yet, Nathan. I definitely want to play Pentiment. So some of you guys used it for some areas. Okay, Dwight, interesting. Okay, so Dwight is saying I made it flash. Okay, fine, but there's still a question mark, but you're not wrong. Okay, so I'm responsible for the flashing, okay? So check this out. When Mimir said we need something to clear the sand, or he didn't say that. He said, you're not going to be able to clear the sand with that or something. I'm like, oh, okay, well, because why is the assumption I need a tool to clear the sand versus, oh, I need to explore around the environment of the mountain because I have to get in another way? I hate this. I don't hate the game, but I'm sorry, this is bullshit. It's a pet peeve, fine. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of people saying, Jeff, it's just like Metroid. Bleh. Fuck you, I don't give a fuck. I'm listening to you, Dream Corridor. What's up? What do you want to talk about? I'm listening, go. What are you saying? He says, I understand. You're saying you have to free the half-Gafar. Yeah, of course. But why would I know that? Why would I know that? I'd love to get underground, Explosion. I'm trying. They said the sand is being caused by the Halfgafar, and I'm supposed to make the assumption... Oh, you guys. I'm supposed to know what the fuck a Halfgafar is? Look where the sand blows. Come on, you guys. The idea that I can't get there because the wind is causing the sand, the sand or the snow, whatever this is, to blow up against it, and my goal is to stop whatever's blowing it, is a cool puzzle. But that's not clear. The sands aren't clearing anywhere. Okay, let me explain it. Let me explain how you should do it. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to explain how you should do it. I know it's going to sound arrogant. I don't care. This is how you should do it. You should make it clear, not through a little, oh, brother, the sands are, whatever. Sands are all around me. Sands are in this treasure chest, whatever. They need it to be a cutscene where Kratos, and Atreus run to that gap, and suddenly it fills in with sand. And it's like, oh, that's where I'm trying to go. It's saying I can't clear the sand makes me go, oh, well, there's a question mark here. I'm meant to be here. There's something here. Let me explore some other directions. But this doesn't feel like, this just feels like more of the environment. Like, it doesn't feel like this is the oh shit, I got to clear this. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I'm thrilled, Ricardo, that you assumed, but it sounds like what you said was you just moved on. But maybe that becomes the tricky part. Follow the blue side quest markers on the compass at the top of the screen. Well, if I go to that side quest marker, to me, that's the door. Isn't this? Yeah, I mean, even that, they look so, okay. All right. I gotta settle. I'm bothered. I know. I'm bothered for two reasons. I'm bothered because it's frustrating that a game this renowned and beloved has this shit. But it also bothers me because I know that a lot of gamers, like a lot of you guys, are okay with it. And that's just frustrating because I'm like, how are you okay with it? But again, I don't design video games anymore for the most part. And so there's probably a reason for that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I've long since been okay with it. I don't vibe with or understand the core generation of AAA gamers at the moment. It literally says that is the main side quest. Where does it literally say that? Where does it say that is the main side quest? It says Secret of the Sands, the Barrens. I think what happens for some of you guys is you make the assumption that other people, Kodran, I don't agree. The combat I would agree with you on. Because I suck at combat in general, but I really suck when I'm streaming to people and having conversations because I can't focus. This is very, very different. But even that, though, to respond to you, Dream Corridor, you're saying the Secret of the Sands, the Barrens. If you're saying that is a literal, this is the side quest, I don't know that. I don't even know. I don't know why this is any different than this. To be honest, before I really looked at it carefully, I thought this was this fucking thing. The same icon. I don't know what a blue side quest marker is, Dream Corridor. You're assuming there's this vocabulary that everyone shares. I don't know that this means this is a side quest. Where did they teach me that this means it's a side quest? I mean, I'm grateful for you telling me, thank you, but I wouldn't have known that. I'm not saying I wouldn't have eventually gotten to it. Go in your goals in the menu and you'll find out it's a side quest called Favors. Okay. So I'm supposed to do this and then go to this and then go to this. And it's called Secret in the Sands. Kodran, I know, buddy. I've been streaming fucking for 4 years. I'm aware. But I'm also aware when there's fundamental design problems that have nothing to do with what you're bringing up. But sure, you're not wrong about that. But in this case, it's not. Ricardo, where did they tell you? He says they did tell you. Where? Please tell me where they did, Ricardo. Where does it say it? It doesn't say it right there. If I go to goals, this map says it is called Secret of the Sands, the Barrens. If I go to favors or labors, I don't even fucking know why they're called favor, but whatever, fine, side quest. Just call it a side quest. Secret of the Sands. I'm assuming that is the just the marker of that part of the map this is the Barrens. This is the Secret of the Sands area. How did the game, I don't think so. Do me a favor, Ricardo. Is there an internet, if you have time and you're interested, if you're not, don't worry about it. Show me the time code on just some internet playthrough and I'll bring it up right now where they show you in the Dwarflands. And I'm curious why I might have missed it. Because with Kodran, now Kodran, I will give you that. If there are things the game is trying to teach you in your streaming, nuanced stuff like that you will miss. You're absolutely right about that. But I played the Dwarflands, and I want to say I played that off stream, and I don't remember that actually being the case. But yeah, if it happened, great. Would I like to discuss it on the red phone? Sure. Let me put it up. Hang on. I'll tell you what, that's what we'll do. We're going to take like not even a 5, I'm going to get a drink and pee. 3 to 4 minute break. I'm going to put up the red phone. We'll talk to Dream Corridor about this, and then we'll get back to playing the game. So let me find the phone first. Hang on. Okay, 1 second. That doesn't help me. It's where you have to shut down the mining things. I mean, what do they say? What is the piece of communication that they offer up? I didn't have a problem with this section, but there's a huge portion of Vanaheim near the end that was extremely frustrating. Okay, hang on. I'm getting this set up. 1 second, fellas. All right, let me get a drink. I'll be back in 2 seconds, and we will discuss this, and then we will get back to playing God of War Ragnarok, which is still a fucking great game. I'm just very frustrated because some of these fucking design choices. All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds, fellas. 1 second.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Great fighting! You're an up-and-coming boxer.
All right. Let me turn on the red phone. Give me a call.
That's a huge bitch.
You're goddamn right. Give me a call and we'll talk about it. I'm curious to your take, and then we'll get back to playing the game. But yeah, I mean, I'm frustrated with it, man. I really am. I don't know, Nathan, if you can post links in here. You can post them in the Discord for sure, though. Yeah, when I was doing those things in the dwarf area, when I was turning off those things, I don't think I was even using the map. I was just finding them, I think, if I remember correctly. Just waiting on the phone to ring. And eating some Thanksgiving rolls from yesterday that we still have, because that's the fun. Okay. Dreamcore, are you calling? What's up? Oh, well, I'll put the game on while we're waiting. Dream Corridor. Oh, he says he's calling now. All right, hang on. There's a number. But there's so much to adore about this game. All right, here we go. Well, what's up, Corridor?
Is this that young boy Jaffe?
Well, you know, maybe. What's going on?
Oh, not much. I just wanted to call and talk to you about God of War's, I guess, what would we say, conveyance of missions or structure or whatever.
Yes, I am of the mind that the current God of War game that I'm playing right now, God of War Ragnarok, has a significant problem when it comes to communicating aspects of what you can and should and need to do at any given moment, and it's very inconsistent.
Right. Okay, and I understand, and I would think that it depends on the type of gamer you are to me. So let me just outline kind of how I played God of War. I went into the settings and like read the codex, and I'm the one who like said like, hey, you know, if an enemy's health bar is red with a skull, that means they're 2 levels above or 3, and if they're purple. So I read that. So the game does tell you. If it means the way the game tells you or what have you, like if that's your issue, I get it. But like when I was playing the story and I took the fucking dog sled into the Barrens, like it said like Atreus heard an animal cry. So I was like,
I knew that. I was excited about that. That was a great story point.
So I would say that like the way that the game kind of conveys the idea that like a main story mission is gold and it's called the path. Side content are called favors. So like if something's, because you complain, you're like, oh, I thought that blue icon was the shop icon, but like they're not even the same kind of icon in terms of what they show, and they're not even the same shape. So I don't really know how you got confused with that. But also like any problem in terms of like the map and like what it shows, it's also the same in 2018. So if you have a problem with that in this game, I would argue that you also have a problem with it in 2018.
I did. That was my biggest complaint about 2018 was the map and the user interface and the visual language. I think this game has gotten a lot.
I thought that, and truthfully, I would say that this game's UI, like when you press options or fucking
is much better.
Whatever,
much better.
I would say it's worse.
Oh, I would say
it's worse
just
because it's like press R2 to do this, press R1 to do this, and then the D-pad does this, and it's like, okay, so when you press R2, it switches the menu, and then you press R1, it switches the type in that variant, and then D-pad switches the characters type of stuff.
But that's
when I explain it sounds simple.
No, I mean, I don't mean that as much as I mean when you go to level up, you can understand better what's a pro, what's a con, what's a comparison, why I might want this instead of that. It was not very well explained in 2018. When I say UI, I mean
How long ago did you play 2018? because I just played it like a 2 weeks before
I
Ragnarok
played
came
about
out.
2 years ago.
Yeah, so I did. I think I told you before. I was doing like a marathon to the run up of Ragnarok. I played them all. So I guess like maybe the fact that I have that recency in me of having just played 2018s before Ragnarok came out, I kind of was like already in that boat.
Could be.
And I understood, but yeah,
well,
like
Ricardo says, listen to this. Ricardo says, Atreus told you to follow Tyr or remain and go check the cry. I was absolutely not confused that one of the reasons I'm doing this mission is I'm like, oh, this is interesting. What is this thing crying? I know what the story is. But
so do you want to go into that area? Did you venture into that area just because, oh, this is a cool area to explore for your innate sense of adventure? Or did you go there because the side mission said we should go there?
No, I went in there.
Was it a gamer reason or a game reason?
It was honestly at that point, it was two reasons. It was one, it was a gamer reason because I'm not good at combat. And so I know the more I can explore off the main path, I'm going to level up and find cool shit that's going to help me when I'm trying to complete the story. So there's a gamer reason, but there was also, I'm compelled by the narrative of what is this thing crying? And then when Kratos says, I want to go check it out. And Atreus is like, really, you? I'm like, okay, this is interesting. What's going on? You know? So I know exactly where we are in the narrative. I appreciate the narrative. I love the presentation of the narrative at this point. I'm just saying, once I got into that area, you can barely see anything, which I know is the point. And it's a clusterfuck of, you know, all the worst things about God of War, modern God of War, in terms of the visual language communicates very poorly in a lot of cases, and other times it's inconsistent, and they just out and out tell you.
The thing. So I think that like God of War, God of War doesn't do that thing like that Metal Gear does, where like someone will call you on the codec and says, you know, press the circle button.
Well, sure it does. Sure it. Well, yeah, it sure does.
No. Like a character doesn't say like he doesn't say things like Kratos, follow the icon on the map. Like they don't say shit like that, right? They don't really like verbalize that. So would you rather have like the icon in the distance highlighted, and as you get closer to it, it says like this many meters away? Because I would say that they do that with the compass. Like the compass should be something that you're looking at, and I never once heard you say that.
I would absolutely
you're following a compass or anything.
I would rather the developers and the designers of the game make the game that they want to make. But if they want to make a game like this, then what I would suggest is they either pick a lane. Right? Because in Elden Ring, when I come up to something in Elden Ring and I can't figure it out, I just go somewhere else. I'm like, I must not know what the fuck I'm doing yet or have the right gear or whatever, and I move on with my fucking life. In this game, I'm not conditioned. I'm not conditioned to do that in this game. In this game, when I walk into a room, within 2 seconds, Atreus is like, shoot that light beam over there to extend the bridge, Dad. And I'm like, okay, this game half the time treats me like I'm a fucking moron. And so when I get into a situation where I don't have any indication of what I'm supposed to do, I'm assuming it's something I'm missing. And so I just start looking around and I get stuck in this loop. Right. And it's a problem.
And I totally get it because you're saying, well, since the game tells me so much at other times, right now it not telling me something must mean that there's
it's my problem. Like
I haven't exactly like what am I doing wrong? And I get it. But to be fair, 100% technically, the game is telling you something because there is
not
that,
okay. But that's
when you look at the map.
But that is suggesting
and the map does
that is suggesting like you're storming the beaches of Normandy and you've got two options. You've got the heroic commander who's telling you wait, go run to that thing. He's telling you what to do. That's how this game is sometimes, and you get conditioned to it. And then you're saying, oh, but there's a book on the ship that you guys loaded in. You can read chapter 6, paragraph 18, that explains why the sand in this area of D-Day Normandy is going to be a little better at, stopping bullets from going all the way through and killing you. I mean, they're communicating very important things in very different ways, and you don't, and then sometimes you're stuck because it's you. You're stuck because you don't understand the puzzle. And so it's like, is it a issue?
I get it because,
is it a communications issue?
Right. And I totally understand that perspective because sometimes the game holds your hand and sometimes it doesn't. So you're like, hey, what the fuck? Now, just to cap this off, because I don't want to make this phone call too long, I just want to say one more thing.
Yep.
You're going to say like, well, how the fuck do I know that? Whatever. So the game does talk about accessibility features and stuff, and they touted that as a big deal. Like, hey, we have a lot of accessibility options and subtitles and this and that, blah, blah. There is an option in the settings. If you'd like to, you can click, I think it's the R3 button or L3 button that will automatically align Kratos' camera with a point of interest.
Yeah.
And it's like
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm tired of that being lauded like it's some great thing. Do I think color blindness? Do I think color blindness is important to do? Do I think hard of hearing? Do I think you only have one hand? I love that trend in games. But when it's like, hey, it's a fucking buffet. You like the combat this way? Press this button. You want puzzles solved for you? No, I want the Eric Williams joint. I want the vision of Sony Santa Monica. I don't want to design the fucking thing. I've already done that. I don't want to be what's the game you want to make? We'll give you every option so you can't blame us. That's lazy.
I would say that's the textbook definition of accessibility, though, technically.
That's dumb.
Right?
No.
Well, I mean, what if there are people who like really need help playing games and they do want to click the button and know where to go?
Then it's probably not the game for them.
But someone 5 years ago would have said that a game for the hearing impaired or for colorblindness.
They're very different. They're very different things. One is
explain.
Okay, one of them is a sort of physical challenge that you either have acquired in life or you were born with. And there's a sense of, oh, you can't see that well, this, that, the other is you're just stupid, right? I mean, I guess one could argue your brain didn't form very well. That's something to be sympathetic. Sure. But that's like saying you have to make all movies an edit for people who are too stupid to understand the plot to fucking Star Wars.
I have a buddy. I let him, and I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm not saying he's dumb or anything. Well, but I have a buddy.
When you preface it like that, he's probably a moron.
I have a buddy who I let borrow my PS5. I was like, bro, borrow my PS5, play God of War. He's like, he's like an Xbox guy, but he wanted to play God of War.
Okay.
And he's like, I just want to like just run through the story. He put the game on like very easy. He's like, I just want to see the story. I don't want to watch it on YouTube because that's lame.
That's lame.
Said,
okay,
fine. Like a setting. He said it's lame to watch the story on YouTube, but I want to play it. And I said, okay, whatever. And I said, there's an option that if you click the R3 button in the settings, it'll point you towards the story beat. Like it'll point you towards objectives or whatever, which is funny because sometimes that button doesn't actually even do anything in the middle of the story sometimes. But he turned it on and he had a great time just playing the game all the way through, just doing the story exclusively and not doing any of the side content. So I would say that like that's probably... maybe you're not going to go through and do every single thing in terms of the side content.
I'd like
and
to.
I am.
I'd like to.
And you're not. You'd like to, unless it was taking too long or it was.
Sure,
it doesn't click with you, right? I'm the type of guy who will. I'll fucking read all the menus and I'll fucking learn this and I'll read all the poems and then we have my buddy who's like even further at the other end, and he's like, no, I don't want to do anything except the story, and I want to make it as much of a breeze as possible.
I understand, but there is a meaningful discussion regarding interactive entertainment to be had about, is this Adobe Photoshop that you can use it if you want to just color pictures, or you can totally make things that look photoreal from scratch, depending on how hard you want to work and how deep you want to dive. Well, that to me is a utility. That to me is a piece of functional software that is meant to create something. This is meant to be entertaining.
People play games for different reasons. Some people buy Call of Duty every year for 20 years and never touch campaign.
I understand that.
I'm just saying, you're like, I think that.
But those are different games. The campaign and the multiplayer. I mean, that's like me saying, I'm judging this game because I bought it for I don't fucking know. I wanted to read the lore.
I'm just saying in the medium, like, I mean, not that I'm like some guy who has his finger on the pulse of whatever.
I'm not suggesting what you're saying. I've never developed a game. I'm not suggesting what you're saying is not worth talking about and it's not a challenge. What I'm saying is the trend of the game pretty much throwing its hands up and saying, hey man, here the recipe. You fucking decide how much you want to put into the thing to make your soup. I don't like that trend. I want to have not my hand held, but I want to have my engagement held by the artist and entertain me. Don't make me work this fucking hard to have a good time.
That's what's funny is I feel sometimes like I'm insane because people, and I just want to preface, I love, I played Demon Souls. I played the original Demon Souls on PS3, Dark Souls 2,
I played Bloodborne, loved it. Played Demon Souls, loved it. Elden Ring, loved it.
Yeah. I love Bloodborne. I think it's one of my favorite PS4 games and all that stuff, but I just can't get into Elden Ring because of I feel like it's too vague and it's too open. And it's weird. Yeah. I tell people that I'm like, because people go like, "Oh, dude, Elden Ring is going to take Game of the Year over God of War," and I'm like, I mean, that's fine. I get that, like that game had streamer hype and all that, whatever dumb shit. But something about Elden Ring, I'm like, I just can't do it. I don't know what it is.
And I totally I totally respect that, and I get why you would feel that way. And I felt that way. I was so frustrated until until I leaned into and had my chat explain to me, that the Miyazaki games are really about communicating with others. They're about very, you have to almost thread the narrative yourself. And when you go into it that way, it's wonderful. But I absolutely agree with you but what I would hate is if Miyazaki was like, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a feature that if you need cutscenes to tie everything together, you can have some cutscenes. And it's like, but that's not the vision.
Press L3 per cut. But see, my thing is that like with that game, God of War, and I know you're going to say it doesn't. You're going to say it doesn't. But God of War, like there have been times where I try to like attack a red shrub, and that'll come up when you're in Valheim, and then you try and burn it, and someone will say, "Well, you can't do that yet." But see, if something in if something in Elden Ring is really hard, like you usually can do it. So it's like I try to go north on the map, and everyone's like, no, you don't go north, man. You're supposed to go south first. I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? The game actually tells you to go north, and then when you go north, you get fucked, but it's easier to go south.
Sure.
And you can
but that
do
game,
that
game does a good job. And part of it is not the game, part of it is the community. But that game has done a good job laying the groundwork for what to expect in that kind of game. God of War. It doesn't do a good. It doesn't do a good job explaining the world and what to do. I'm saying it does a good job. Those kinds of games making it clear that if you're going to play one of these From Software games, they're very, like I said, they're opaque. They're very. It takes a village to really get your head around it, and I think they do a good job making it clear what that genre of game is. God of War presents as a big budget. Everybody can play. We're going to show you a great cinematic time. And so far with this one, I think they have maybe left too much up to the players to decide what kind of game they want. And in that, it's this kind of mushy, inconsistent soup.
I think that the biggest issues with God of War Ragnarok also might be, like the pacing. It's a little scattershot. Like you referred to it as that in the video. You said the word scattershot. I'm like, that's perfect. That's the perfect word to describe it.
Yeah.
Now, I would say I would probably say that it could have been a trilogy if they leaned into it a little more, because, you have to understand, like, if you want to do some side content and you want to beat the main story, you're probably going to turn that 18 to 20 hour playthrough into maybe a 30 plus. So I'm just saying, like,
all right. Well, I appreciate the call. I think, and I have no problem agreeing to disagree. That's part of the fun of all this. But for me, my biggest frustration isn't that if the game continues like this, it may just be a game that's not for me. That's fine. It's more that I don't think my complaints are so invalid that they should be as rare as they are when I read reviews of this game.
All right. And here's what I would say. I would say this just to cap it all off from my perspective.
Yeah.
I would say that if the things that you have complaints about in no way, shape, or form are explained by the game, like let's say like you're like, where do I go? And let's say the game didn't tell you anywhere at all. I'd be like, damn, Jaffe's right. But if there are aspects of the game that do explain themselves, but you just, and I don't want to say look in the right place because it's the game, because the game's job is to tell you, like, this is where you find this is where you find that.
Yeah.
I get it. But if you're like, oh, I thought this icon was the wrong icon, is that the developers? Like, should they make that icon a different color for you?
Yes. Well, the developer's job
But it was like that in the last game.
And I complained about the map in the last game. But when you have very important icons and they look enough similar, and you're using all this fucking Norse ruin that, you know,
yeah, the runics look the same.
I'm kind of like, that looks the same as that. You know, I mean, you got to kind of understand your audience, but you know,
so I look forward to watching your stream from this point on for God of War. I'm going to jump back into the stream because I'm watching on my phone. I can't talk and watch at the same time.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to. I'm going to get some. I appreciate your point of view. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me, and we'll see where the rest of the game goes.
But I know you're going to do the right. You're going to know where to go from now on, and I love it.
But what I was going to say though, yeah, I had to respond to that real quick. What I was going to say though about the game does tell you. You know what? I would agree with you if after an hour and a half, the answer continued to be, Jaffe, you have to read the fucking codex. I would go, okay, that's the kind of game this is, not a problem. I may not like it, but they've laid the ground rules. But given that this game swings wildly between telling you nothing except go into the codex and read basically a Moby Dick's, I'm exaggerating, Moby Dick's worth of text.
Doesn't.
What?
It doesn't.
I know what I'm saying is the game goes between giving you all that information in the codex, but not really conditioning you to that's what you need to do, and then swinging to walking into a room and within 2 seconds, your fucking NPCs are telling you exactly what to do. And so if the game has this,
the game not. Okay, this is where I disagree. How do you not? Okay, so right now, you as David Jaffe know that blue icon with the two little fucking snakes that are
now I know
our side. Okay, so how do you not know now that when you're in gameplay and you're in the actual game and you look up at the compass and then it shows that icon and how many meters away it is?
I do know now, but I know because of you.
How did you not? But that was all. So did you not know that? Because the game tells you. It tells you that when something is gold, it's a main story mission. When it's blue, it's a side story mission. You will go into missions now, and when the icon disappears, it doesn't show any icons, and it just has like a shine to it.
Yeah, the difference. Well, but see that, we just have to. Yeah, the difference is that icon that says the Barrens and then the Sand Creature, whatever the title is.
The Barrens of the location, yeah.
That looks like an icon, like unlike the thing that has the question mark, it's a very specific location. The Barrens looks like, oh, that's the name of the area on the map. Oh, that's Alabama, right? That's where I'm at. I'm in the Barrens. It didn't look to me like it was anything other than a marker on the map that was telling you, hey, you're in the Barrens. And there was nothing specific it was pointing to.
Do you think that the issue lies in because I would agree if you want to say that the map, the overall map and how to like the legend and how to get through shit sucks.
Here's what sucks. Here's what the game needs. The next version of this game, in my opinion, now this is a game that's already sold probably 8 million copies, going to get Game of the Year out the butthole. Doesn't need my help. But
right, of course,
if it were me, I would hire somebody exclusively to watch over the user experience from people who are not going to start reading codex and just go, what are we not communicating well? And let's just go, the smartest thing, Nick, he said a lot of smart things. My last company I had, Bartlett Jones, I owned it with Nick Kononellis. And I got so frustrated once when these focus tests came in because there was like the back of the kid's notebook, which is where the game was set. And there was like $1, like a kid had drawn like $1 with George Washington fucking a cherry tree. I don't know what he was doing. And one of the focus test things was like, well, I'm trying to buy stuff, but I can't click on the dollar. And in my head, I'm going, what a fucking moron. That's just art.
That's pretty stupid.
Okay. But then Nick says to me, he's like, yeah, but the thing is, this is a guy who wants to give us money. He wants to be a customer to us and to Sony and to Bartlett Jones. And just because you don't agree, we're being given data right here that if this guy thinks it, let's do a little bit more work and find out if maybe he represents 5% of the audience. Because if he does, that's 5% of the audience that wants to pay us in a free-to-play game at the time, and you're just poo-pooing on them because you think they're stupid. And I thought that was really wise.
I wanted to say this And that is very wise. I mean, I don't think that every video game ever, and I'm not calling you this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is you, but I don't think that every single video game in the world should be designed for the least common denominator of human being.
No, I don't either.
But you may disagree because you're like, well, I'm a developer. Like, I want as many people to play it as possible.
I do, but not at the expense of the vision. Not at the expense of the vision. Anyway, I got to let you go, buddy. I'll call back later. Call back later. Thanks, bud. Thanks, man.
Enjoy the game. Bye.
All right, let me get. Thank you. I appreciate him calling in as always. Thank you, Dream Corridor. We'll have you back on if you want to discuss this later. For now, though, I do want to get these chats and I want to get back to the video game itself. Let me kill the red phone number. Okay, let me get some of these. LegFam98, thank you, buddy. He says, I almost had a heart attack because you, my hero, called me out and serenaded me. Please don't have a heart attack. Can you imagine if that's why he died? LegFam died today because Jaffe sang him a song about, I don't even remember what the song was about, but thank you, buddy, and thank you for being here with us. I appreciate it. And thank you for the next super chat from you, which is a hot dog. I despise meat. It's disgusting. It's gross, but I love eating hot dogs, but I can't anymore. I love them, but I can't because they're gross, but I love them. Ricardo Estevez, I just cannot agree with you. Ricardo's like, but he told you to clear the sand. It was a throwaway line. It wasn't like, brother, if we're going to advance in this, we have to get that sand cleared, and you don't have the tools you need right now. It was just like, oh, you're not going to be able to clear the sand with that. And we moved on. He says 1,000 fucking things. The guy won't shut up. That didn't ping my brain in such a way that I was like, that's giving me a big fucking clue. Brian E. says, agree, disagree. The narrative of Elden Ring made you a nobody. As Kratos, you need to form a progression to the story. I don't know what you're disagreeing with. Those are both fine ways to tell a story. One is you're a cipher, and the other you're a well-defined character. But I don't think either of them are bad. There's old Rich, Review Tech USA. Thank you, buddy, for the super chat. I know we DM back and forth. Rich and I are going to do a stream soon, a co-stream where we both get stoned and take phone calls. If you want to do it now, I'm in. But whenever you want to do it, Richard, and thank you for that super chat. He says, I would rather be told nothing like Elden Ring does. It allows freedom instead of hand-holding. And not only that, Richard, I want to show you something. I'll be right back. Take 2 seconds. I got to grab it from the other room. Now, I'm not saying one is better, but it is different. So with Elden Ring, Rich, if Miyazaki sat me down and said, that game is set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where Jesus came back after the nukes, I'd go, okay, yeah, I don't know really what it's about at a narrative thread level. But in giving me enough to excite my brain and fire my imagination, but not so much that it was like a one and done story, it made the world actually feel more real and interactive and made the experience substantially more immersive, to the extent that and I'm not even going to read it yet because I haven't finished the game. I'm almost done, but I never buy shit like this. But I went out, this is Elden Ring's, Book of Knowledge Volume 1. There's a second fucking volume to this goddamn thing. It's partially a strategy guide, so when I finish, I do want to go back and find things and play it from different characters and all that. But it's got beautiful art. It's got a lot of the lore detail about sort of what things are and what happened. And once I finish it, at least one playthrough, I want to go back and I want to play it with the knowledge of that, because I think the experience, and look at this beautiful map it comes with, this huge fucking gigantic map of the lands between, or whatever the fuck they call it. I mean, it's just the coolest fucking thing. So I'm with you. I love the way they told the story because it actually made my imagination fill in a lot of gaps and stuff. So I'm with you, and I appreciate the super chat, buddy. So let's see. Aquastorm, thank you, buddy. He says, Jaffe, they are catering to what you get. Fucking dog. Jaffe, they are... I'll be right back. I got to see what the fuck he's on about. All right, I had to let my kid in. Jaffe, they're catering to what you get. Gamers want. It's not a problem with the devs, it's with the demographic they are targeting, says Aquastorm. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what they're targeting. I have no idea. I'd be curious about that, though. If you're saying when they're spending this kind of money, they make these kinds of games with these kinds of design decisions that I consider to be negative design decisions, and great. I mean, these games are super expensive. And they have to make concessions, even if maybe personally they don't agree with them. But I don't have any evidence that's the case. I'm just saying, But I hear you, and I thank you for the super chat, buddy. Thanks so much. Sweltermate says, "Hey Mars." Don't know what he's talking about, but I do appreciate the super chat, buddy, from merry old England. Sweltermate says, "Hey Mars." You speaking to the planet, sir? I need you in drug testing right away. First thing Monday, okay? Be great. Thank you. Ricardo says, Jaffe. All right. Ricardo says, saying super chat, buddy, as always. He says, Jaffe, please check the Discord and the video. Okay. Ricardo has sent us a video. I'm assuming it's time stamped. Let's open it up and I will show the chat as well. Let me go to this and let me go to this. Maybe. All right, hang on. What? Trying to go there, Ricardo. What's going on? No, Discord. There we go. Okay, here we go. Internet. 1 second, fellas. Okay, this is what he sent me. Let's watch this together, shall we?
Though, these are gifts I'm giving to you, so I shouldn't be sorry and you should be thankful. Anyways, here, please be careful.
It's beautiful. Thanks, Sindri.
It is beautiful, isn't it? It's also very useful. You'll be able to find anything your heart desires with it.
Then I think Kratos says it is a compass, right?
Really?
As long as your heart desires the locations your father and you decide and plot to travel together, then yes.
It is a compass.
Ah, but a beautiful compass. Now scamper off.
What am I watching for? I remember this cutscene. Ricardo, what am I supposed to take from that cutscene? Is it not done yet? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Track locations, I know how to do that. That made sense. L3 quest project. Okay. Yep, I get all this. Follow the goal to stay on the path or track favors.
Cannot be fought.
Okay, so if what you're saying, and I think it is, and again, this is okay. If you're saying this is the sticky widget right here, follow the gold icon to stay on the path or track favors, which I guess that's a side quest, blue icons to pin them to the compass. Well, first off, this is written terribly. Follow the gold icon to stay on the path or track favors. Blue icons to pin them to the compass? That doesn't even make any sense. That's probably why it didn't register with me. right? I'm not being silly. I'm not grasping at straws here. The writing doesn't make any fucking sense. Like what is it saying? Follow the gold icon to stay on the path. That makes sense. That makes sense. Although the path, what does that even mean? Have they defined the path? But let's assume they have. Or track favors. So if you read it like this, it says follow the gold icon to either stay on the path or track favors. And then there's almost like this reads like a different sentence, especially because there's a comma, but it starts with a capital and it's not a proper noun, but whatever. Blue icons to pin them to the compass. It doesn't make sense. It literally, as a sentence, doesn't make sense. So, no. So, whatever. Just wrong. No, yeah, Ricardo, you're explaining it to me. You wrote, gold is the story, favors are blue. Even what you wrote doesn't make sense. Gold is story, favors blue are side quests. What you could do is say gold is story, blue are side quest. Boom, easy. And I'm thrilled it's clear to you, but it's not clear to me. I mean, you speak multiple languages. Maybe that's why. And I mean that respectfully. I mean, maybe somebody who's had to sort of struggle to learn multiple languages. Perhaps you get to a point where you can parse poorly written English better than someone who expects it to be, a bit more spoon-fed. Nathan, right? Ricardo would tell you that's not what is being said. Nathan says, wait, favors aren't gold, they are blue. Why does it say to follow the gold? Right? Yeah, because it's bad. It's poorly communicated. That's why. Let's play God of War. Come on now. All right. Where's my controller? Chocolate Fuzz. Hey, buddy. I appreciate that. He says, first time donator. I appreciate it. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you, sir. He says, hey, listen, Jaffe. Is that a Dr. Doom icon? What is your icon? He says, hey, Jaffe, listen, first time donator. I'm sure you were sick of hearing it, but I just wanted to thank you so much for making God of War 1 to 3. 3 is my favorite of the trilogy, Kratos at his prime. Well, on behalf of all of us who worked on it, and there was a lot of people, and I didn't even work on 3. That was directed by Stig. I had moved on at that point, other than a couple of meetings at the very beginning. But on behalf of all of us who birthed this, you are very, very welcome. I love that I was involved, and people who I have great respect for were involved in working on something that really brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. The older I get, the more I appreciate that. So thank you for the super chat. More importantly, thank you for the kind words. It's very kind of you, buddy. Thank you. All you have to do is open your mission log, and it shows what path and favors are. My mission log. All right, let's keep playing, shall we? Where's my audio? Oh, I don't have any audio. The compass tracking is off. Oh, I know. It's like you said, Silent Assassin. They had that problem. I mean, maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's just the way my brain and your brain works. But I know I'll show them what you're talking about. I've never been able to get my head around this, and I have used the compass that's very similar in the Ubisoft games, and I haven't had a problem. So if you look up there towards, I guess the bear claw is the main path, right? And you start walking towards it. See how it just kind of jerks around? Even though I'm moving straight towards it, it's going to move. Or at least it did. I don't know what just happened. All right, Ravnos, good to see you, buddy. It's not off, says Brian. It aligns pretty well if you're in constant movement. So what just happened? What just happened there? Why is it right in front of me and I walk a little bit and now it's over there? Is it not a compass pointing to where the thing is, but telling me what direction I should turn and just always keep it in the middle in order to get to the location? And in that case,
try to remember to ask here.
it's probably functioning like a real compass and not like a compass that we're used to in video games, which is like Ubisoft's. Justin, thank you, buddy. He says the sentence formatting was bad, but reread it as if there was a period after path. The second complete sentence starts at or. Well, yeah, sure. But what? I mean, you're right. I think you're right, but it's that great book, right? It's, you know, the difference between saying we're having grandma for dinner and we're having grandma for dinner. You know, where you put capitals and semicolons and all this shit matters. Okay. Let's consult the map, shall we? So let's go to. I'm currently tracking this thing, so let's get in the sled, and you know, track this thing. Have a good night, Ravnos. Good to see you, buddy. It guides you to your heart's goal, sure, but unless they put Taylor Swift in the game, I think he's a lying son of a bitch. Okay. Oh, well, I guess we're there.
Look, there's a cave entrance.
Now he tells me what to do. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, it's let's eat grandma is what it is. Let's eat, comma, grandma. Or let's eat grandma. Yeah, it matters. I mean, unless you just want to murder your... I don't know. Okay. But there's a lot to love in this game. I'm not hating on it. I mean, I think the writing is great. The characters are great. I'm so much more fond in this game
the desert is the creature within.
Yeah, sounds like it.
of Atreus in this game. And to be fair, I wouldn't be if I didn't kind of dislike him in the last God of War 2018. I mean, it's really, there's some great stuff in fucking here. Yeah, the audio. Hello, Master Luke. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, the audio is insanely good. I understand I followed the map, but now you're basically saying that there is an unwritten rule that if you follow the map, that's when the characters talk. How would I know this? How would I know this? That's right. I don't like grandma. That's okay, boy. Eat the potatoes. Especially if you've seen Terrifier 2. You'll never look at mashed potatoes again the same way. Oh. I'm sorry, what? Okay. I'm not going to say that. What a dumb thing. Oh, Marco, baby. Yeah, I fucking love it. Love that game. Come on, Jaffe, moron. Why is the post-mortem like, am I gonna be happy or not happy? And the art for the level design is so wonderful. It is just, it's so evocative being in this world this time. It's really nice. A guy I follow on YouTube or on Twitter said this game is like the perfect theme park game. I don't know exactly if he meant what I think he meant. But there is kind of a sense of like being on a Pirates of the Caribbean ride when you play this game, which I love.
Incoming! Right side!
There another one?
You know, now that I know more about the Dark Elves, I wish we didn't have to fight them.
They attack us.
Well, this is their home. And considering what happened the last time we were in Alfheim, can you really blame them?
Hang on, let me get this super chat one sec. Hey, Brandon, thank you, buddy. He says the game is so formulaic for me. It seems as if it's fight, puzzle, search for other puzzles to get loot, repeat. I'm having fun with it though. Yeah, I like it. I like it as well. When they do a blue attack, you should double tap the shield. No, I know. Sometimes I'm too slow to do it. But yeah, absolutely. I was responding to, but thank you, Brandon, for your super chat, buddy. I'm totally with you. Oh, I know what. Some of the levels are so cool. Like I love all just the art for these fucking things. And there was one of the levels, the elf level, that had the art that was like the kind of like sparkle paint, like you see like on rides at a fair and stuff. I just love shit like that. It was so cool looking. You think so, Ricardo? How long does it take to not suck if you think it sucks right now? Oh, I know what it was. It was, how did you know that when the bounce arc of the axe turns blue, that is the proper way to hit all the neurons? Because, in that case, they literally lock you in a room until you solve the puzzle. And you can't solve the puzzle unless you know what to do and how that mechanic works and how that mechanic gets communicated. That's good design. That's good onboarding. That's what Metroid Dread, frankly, should have done in that part that I always get, insulted about. Is it should have been like, we need to make sure you understand this in real context, not a tutorial where the hidden blocks don't look like hidden blocks, but in context. And once we know, go with God. That's the job of the developer. It's not my fucking problem.
Patience. A virtue or a threat?
Depends on the reader.
Clay, I appreciate it, but no, because I don't eat the meat. But thanks, buddy. Already done that. My relationship with meat in regards to finding it kind of gross, probably started when I was eating bacon when I was 6 years old. My brother's like, you know, that's from the inside of a fucking pig. And that was kind of the start of going, oh, I think we're done. And then through the years, I just, every now and then I would, you know, and I like it. I like the taste of it. But I just, it grosses me out. I'm sure if it didn't gross me out, I'd have to some extent moral issues with it. But I do think I could probably get past those. But my issue is more, I can't square in my brain that I'm eating something that a couple of days ago was walking around and it's the inside of the body of this living creature. I can't get my head around it. And which is stunted. I mean, that's a childish thing to think.
It's
But
not always like that.
that's what I got.
Some animals are just... I feel what they're feeling, you know? And whatever this thing is, it's in a lot of pain.
Let me ask you, Atreus, you feel what animals are feeling. How's this one feeling?
I'm curious.
Really?
I am capable of curiosity.
Okay. Okay.
Is that right, Dwight? You bought a Norse book? Cool. So the thought of you eating a piece of what used to be an animal disgusts you? Yes. Jarvie, I love the game from start to finish. Great game. Yeah, a lot of you're not alone. You are in the majority view. I eat meat, but I would like to think if it came like that, if it came to snakes or alligators. I see. Yeah, I get that you choose not to think about it. I don't have that luxury. Over here. I don't think I can throw that axe while I'm on a wall.
I felt that one, brother.
Did you now?
Behind!
Is he? Oh. They ever explain what the fuck these are? So you don't collect them or anything? They seem like collectibles. They remind me of the spiders in what was the first open world Zelda game? What's that thing called? The fuck was that? Legend of Zelda. Come on, Jeffy. Not Majora's. Right before. Oh, Ocarina. Yeah. Okay, so these are timed. I'm just gonna find the other. What do you think about this video game here Troy is filming? You like it? You don't like it? It's okay. It's the greatest thing ever. What is your thoughts? Must be somewhere up here. I'm afraid this battle station will be quite operational when your friends arrive. R1 throws the axe faster? R1? Even if I do that? Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yes, Dream Corridor. I love that he didn't tell me what I need to do to solve the puzzle. I'm down with that. Totally down with that. Yeah, Troy, I mean, it's got a, that's my biggest, well, I have a couple complaints, but one of my biggest ones is pacing with this game for sure. Oh, there's a heavy throw, right? Well, I knew there was a charge throw. Okay. You charge the light throw? Oh, you can charge the light throw too. Sweet. Man, the music's good.
Never been this interested before. When I talk to animals or enchanted rings or whatever.
Much has changed. For both of us.
Well, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out why you'd help some random animal.
Is this not what you want?
No, it is. I'm just surprised it's what you want too.
Kratos, you old softy. My Kratos. But it's still cool. That's a very different Kratos. But that's cool. I like that. Where can I throw this one? Right. I know there's chest. Okay. Was that thing up there the whole time and I just didn't see it? Goddamn right, Ricardo. Okay, I've already been here. Hello, Mutmo. How you doing, bud? Sounds like he's saying store-bought quinoa or quinoa.
Behind you! Watch out! Behind you, brother!
Where is he? Beast.
Behind you!
See how he has the snow thing above him? Does that mean I need to hit him with fire? Or does that mean he's vulnerable to fire? Or he's vulnerable to ice.
Are you sure we're doing the right thing?
If you wish to abandon this creature, we will leave.
Well, no.
Means you
I don't
are
want to.
hitting it with ice. Okay.
But if we have to kill a bunch of dark elves to get
Use
there,
the opposite.
I
What?
remember a young lad whom, until this very moment, would take on an army of Draugr to save a wounded animal.
But these aren't undead Draugr. They're elves. I just want to make sure we're not repeating the same mistakes. Getting involved where we shouldn't. Through here, I think.
You're building frost. Okay. Okay, so there is no like this beast or whatever does worse with fire or ice. There's nothing like that. This is the bomb, right? Okay. Okay. Got it. All right, that makes sense.
Watch your light!
You smell awful.
Yeah, Dream Quarter, you may be right, but even that makes no sense. I mean, I'm okay with that, but it's not communicated. So, how would I know that?
Look there. It's just... Why does it feel like no matter what we do in Alfheim, we wind up hurting Dark Elves?
We are down here to help the creature you heard.
I know that, but I'm usually the one who drags us around trying to rescue animals. Why do you care so much?
Oh my god, he's already explained it.
Is there something you're not telling me?
Yes, he cares about you now. Shut up.
Okay.
It's so clear. Move on. It's hard to tell where that thing is going to turn. I like the idea of these puzzles, but it's almost like I wish the camera would change a little bit when you have to use them. Because a lot of times you're just kind of guessing. Like that, I mean, I would have never been like, oh yeah, that's the angle. It seems like there's a bit more luck associated with it than anything else.
Nightmare on the left. Another nightmare to the left. Nightmare! Last flank! Scalp! Behind you! Incoming!
That's what I just did, I think.
Found it. What is it?
Great Geffune's ghost. That's the largest bloody half-goof I've ever laid eyes on.
It's not just in pain. It's trying to sing.
It's the Song of the Sands. We don't normally sing like this underground.
Is that what's causing the storm?
Aye. Judging by all this hive matter weighing it down, it's been trapped here dozens of winters.
Don't worry, Lunch. We'll get you out.
What is that name?
Well, the last squid thingy we saw was Diener, so...
Oh boy. While I appreciate the attempt at humor, that, little brother, is truly awful wordplay. Embarrassing, really.
Oh, well, can't all be winners.
It's
gotta be a way to clear those rocks. Get a better angle.
Oh, I know, dude. Chill the fuck out. Give me a minute. Kratos is like, I've seen it now. I don't want to free it. I just wanted to see what it was. Let's go. Oh, I get it. I get the joke. Wow. Cold as ice.
Looks like it can move now, but it still can't get out.
Much of the hive matter is gone. We can free it from the surface now.
That little two-note thing there. It totally sounds like that Luke Skywalker theme. I keep expecting it. Come on now.
Hive matter doesn't belong to the Dark Elves, any more than the light belongs to the Light Elves. It's just another of Alfheim's natural resources, one the elves have used since the time of their ancestors. And while the Light Elves seem keen to banish the hive over on their side, the Dark Elves make effective use of it out here in the Barrens.
So, by clearing out all of this hive, are we hurting Dark Elves?
Dude, shut up. Atreus is now getting annoying. We get it. You're conflicted. You're growing. You're having a more shades of gray view of the world. It's awesome. I love that. But shut up about it. We got it an hour ago. Shoulder straps of radiance. I love the names of these things. So, all right. Oh, okay, cool. What do we got? So right now I've got 16, 20, 16. This will give me 34, 20. Fuck yeah, you goddamn right. Skills to pay the bills. Fuck yeah. I like Atreus in this game a lot. Like, I think he's a much cooler character in this game. It's almost like this section here, since he started asking about, Dad, why do you like this? Suddenly, or hey, maybe we shouldn't or we shouldn't be mean to the elves or whatever. It's like, it's enough. It's enough. What skill don't I have that I can acquire right now? It's telling me I have a... Yeah, maybe not. Okay. All right. Is that person on fire? No, it's not a person. Yeah, I know. I don't want to jump down there. Shut up. Is that how we got up here? Probably. Yeah. That's right, Clay. Just compensating. You don't say anything. Shut up, fucker. Yeah, I agree. Gaming philosophy, I agree 100%. Kratos in this one is, they've done a really good job. I mean, of making him much more likable, which I know is the goal, but it's like, hey, that's not Kratos, but it's still pretty cool. It's really good. Oh, the fucking compass. What? Now I gotta go over here even though it says we should clear off the top.
This is the spot. We can cut the half goofa loose here.
Was this always here?
It flies?
Of course it flies. It's a half goofa.
Sounds much happier now. And hey, the storm's gone.
Aye, perhaps we'll finally earn some good.
It was covered? Well, why was it covered?
Look, Father, thanks for bringing us out here, but you don't have to do this kind of stuff just to keep my mind off Ragnarok, you know?
This was not a distraction.
No? Then why are we really out here?
Have you ever considered? He just wants to spend time with you, lad, while he still can.
Really?
We do not know what lies ahead. But if Ragnarok approaches, I wish to enjoy the time we have left.
I don't know what to say. Thank you for bringing us out here. I'm glad we did this.
As am I.
That's a nice moment. Come on now. That's a nice moment. I like that. So what's this? Okay. Still don't know what this is.
Shield holding up, lad.
It's good. I always knew Sindri was a great blacksmith, but this magical shield, it just feels natural.
The shield is well made, but it is you who wields it with skill.
Thanks. There's something I'm not sure I quite understand. In the Ragnarok prophecy Odin knows, all the realms get destroyed, including Asgard.
and the version Groa kept secret, Asgard still falls. Wouldn't Odin have tried to prevent it either way? What difference did her lie really make?
I think of it this way. When it comes to subverting prophecy, knowledge is power. Without the full picture and context, the finer details can lead you to tragically incorrect interpretations.
Enough. We will continue later.
Everything doesn't glow on the inside. If our skin was translucent, we wouldn't emit light. You could see through us, but bioluminescence is an actual property that I believe is unique to certain species, certainly not human. Could be wrong.
You're on fire! But you probably already know that.
So like these guys aren't necessarily weaker if I use ice, correct?
It's that!
Brother, get up! Brother!
They are weaker. How would I know that? How would I know that? Darth Nugget says I don't think so. Beats the fuck out of me.
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
It's bad!
If they are afflicted with fire by you, they are weaker. I know, Amon, I know, but so they look like fire creatures to me. Does that mean if I use the frozen axe, they're going to take more damage?
Oh, this is a fine mess.
You're a fine mess, you old so-and-so. Yeah.
Another rocket hole, brother. Rocket on the left. Behind you! Look out!
They hit hard!
Ah, this is a fine mess. Another Draugr hole, brother. Nasty hit! You all right, brother? Behind you! Watch out! Get back! Come on, Kratos, off your back. Another Draugr hole, brother. Another Draugr to the left. Brother, get up! Brother! Another Draugr hole, brother. now, Kratos. It will pass.
God damn it.
Aye. We fought it at the other Draugr hole, didn't we? Odd.
All right. Chaos.
Hey, Mimir. Between me and Tyr, who'd ever guess I was the giant? Huh?
Ha, indeed, lad.
All right, I'm fried. That's enough. All right, fellas. Well, listen, I might be back tonight playing some Call of Duty or some Evil West. I will definitely be back tomorrow on Saturday doing a proper Gabbing and Games. The show's all prepped. I'm just not doing it today because I wanted to play this some. But in the meantime, if I don't see you tonight or tomorrow, be well. Thank you for the lively discussion, the lively debate. The help, the company, all that good stuff. Hang on one second. Let me check something real quick. Here's what I'm going to do before I leave you. I'm going to show you my amazing skill at Call of Duty, which is to say I have no skill at it, but I think I need a little palate cleanser from the God of War. I just need to shoot something and not think much. So I'm going to go into one quick battle and then I'm out. Look at this guy. What's he doing? All right. Good night, Philosophy. You as well, Clay. I hate this level. It sucks. Sure. Well, I definitely think Dream Corridor, sure, I understand it more because you guys explain it to me. I don't like it that you had to explain it to me. But that said, though, yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate that. All right, here we go. I'm terrible at this game, but I love it.
Kill confirmed.
As I said, terrible. Well, the hat does make you stupid if you wear it unironically. I mean, come on! I need to get a mouse. I suck at aiming in this game.
Tossing a decoy!
Oh, it's that little fucker again with the knife. Okay. All right, here's how we're going to do this today.
Friendly UAV on station.
Red on ammo!
Enemy UAV overhead.
On your six!
Hostile UAV in the area.
Oh my god!
Decoy out!
That little fucker with a knife. We'll load him with a shotgun.
Friendly VTOL entering this sector.
Sector. Hello, sector.
Enough from you! Using drill charge!
On the
Rocket
roof.
online.
Sniper on the roof. Oh my shit!
Hostile care package in the area.
Reloading! Enemy incoming!
Enemy UAV active. Friendly airstrike in
It
the
suits
AO.
Indiana
Friendly
Jones.
UAV online.
Oh, I gotta play some Halo, man.
Mission complete. Keep fighting.
I gotta play some Halo. I have the new one downloaded, but I haven't spent any time with it. There's a guy over there. Oh, you guys don't like my my little hat? I'll show you a new one. Hang on. Why did Call of Duty get rid of the thing that
Hostile UAV in
when
the
you're
area.
shooting you appear on radar? I always thought that was very cool, and I like that.
Friendly airstrike on the way. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Something's wrong with my guns. Come on, man.
Reloading. Throwing grenade! High alert activated. Friendly VTOL on station. I took care of that mongrel. Switching mags. Overhead. Stop incoming! Got them on the run. Keep it up. Contact! Changing mag! Enemy UAV active.
I mean, come on. I shot the guy point blank with a sniper rifle. Maybe not.
Planting sonar! Switching mags! Hostile UAV in the area.
All right, fellas, I'm out. I'll be back later tonight streaming or tomorrow. Be well. Thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with me. New members, welcome. I will see you guys down the road. Be well. Bye, everybody. Happy holidays.